Okay, hold on. OBS just opened a bunch of panels. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I guess it's fine. Or lies. I mean, I guess it's fine. Except I don't want to hear myself. Okay. Man, there's a fly that somehow got in that keeps landing on my toe. Okay, there is Discord. You know, I should have moved over the other model first. I don't know how OBS is going to like me opening multiple instances of Blender. Okay, we should probably just get both Atlas and Peabody for reference. Okay, so there is Atlas. Let's move that all over before I add more things. Close out of that. Let's get Peabody. I shouldn't have unclicked that. Okay, there we go. This is a new install of Blender, so I don't have any of my shortcuts or preferences or anything set up. Hey, Milk. Oh, that's not good. Okay, and then we also need VRM. I should have, yeah, okay, you guys can't see that. I should have a default VRM. Okay, wow, these models are huge. So for reference, this is 2 meters. So that's going to be like hundreds of meters. I guess we can scale these down. Okay, and then this model, I didn't realize our offset. I guess it doesn't matter too much, just for reference. For this model, let's just get rid of. No, we don't need colliders. Oh, and it shoved everything in the same collection. What the heck is this model? Okay, we should probably keep the face because that has all of the names of stuff I'm going to need later. But we don't need the body. I also don't need the sleeve and for all the shirt buttons. So I can just re-add actual bones wherever I want them. And we'll probably just hide the face for now. I don't want to see that. Okay, so I did start on this before, but one, I didn't get very far, and two, that it got corrupted with everything, so it's not like I have it anyway. So what I want is kind of this aesthetic, I guess, where it's like pistons and whatnot, and a little bit of wires. Obviously, I'm not gonna look like this. I just want this as a reference, and also the plates like that wherever. So I was kind of thinking close to my old model. Yeah, this one's probably more accurate, where I want more coverage, I guess. But also, I kind of don't really know where to start. Because I was going to say I could do like a framework, like a skeleton. But these guys don't really have skeletons. Like here, this panel. Wait, is that even? I guess it is attached in there. But it kind of alternates between panel, piston, panel. I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for a stream for this. Well, there's also Gladys. That might be closer to what I want. Well, maybe not. Okay, Gladys in here. She's probably massive. Oh, actually, not that big. It's like proper size. Oh, wait, I need to... There we go. I need to keep everything very separate. Because the only way I'm going to select all this stuff is by dragging over it, since it's all broken up in here. I guess I could just delete a bunch of the extra stuff. Like, what even is this? Just a sphere? The random sphere in the knee? Because I don't think I need, like, these arrows. What are these arrows for? Oh, those are probably animation related. What even is that? It's just a random loop of wire? There, I can get rid of the arrow. Yeah, those have to be animation related. Okay, much cleaner. Where are these arrows stored, though? Oh, those are probably... That's probably a different way to do bones, maybe? Oh yeah, Milk, if you're still here, how does my mic sound? I don't know if I set it up, if I got the compressor set up properly. Okay, these bones are like inverse kinematic bounds. It'd be neat to have that, but I'm pretty sure Warudo only accepts standard VRMs with broken backs. Wait, is that not connected? It isn't connected. Is that supposed to be like that? Also, whoever made the default theorem, this is not how spines work. Okay, where do I start? I need to actually do something. I guess maybe we'll start at the bottom. Should I have complex feet? Because you're never going to see the feet. I should definitely have like a circle for the ankle. But the toes are disconnected as well. You know what? Let's get rid of this armature. Let's re-import the default one so I have I know more of the general shape. Although those feet are like weirdly not proportional to the rest of the body. It's like normal person body and toddler feet. Okay, let's get rid of the colliders again. Oh, also another thing I want to get away from is on materials. Don't want the toon shader because that causes so many issues. So you can see the face still has the toon shader, but the skin doesn't, and the skin looks, I mean, it's still bad, but it's significantly better. It's not like terrible, just evenly lit everywhere. I can disable it here too. I'll probably look very cursed. Wait, can you not turn it off on the face? Oh, well, we're not going to use the face anyway. Let's get actually close up the mesh first, even though I'm not using it. Then can I separate by loose? We delete off the shoes, which I probably could have done in the ride. These Theoroid feet are so cursed. I'm glad you never really got to see them on my last model. Actually, that might be worse because they're in shoes. Or maybe the material hides that. Yeah, I guess it kind of does. Oh well, we're not here for feet. Let's get... And I probably should have curved plates. But yeah, I definitely should have curved plates, but should I have... To my last model, I did... Actually, just make this out of 1 cube. Well, now I can mess with coordinates. And out of this, we can... I probably shouldn't have separated that body. That's going to make a whole mess. Actually, you know what? Let's just join it all back together. Okay, back to this. So if we did... kind of wish I could just, like, draw on this to, you know, like in woodworking, where they put... You can't see my hands. They put, they, like, draw an outline, and then they can do a rough cut. Also, I just realized this is weirdly silent because it's not a game. There's no music. Okay, let's make... Well, hey, Mark. To hide everyone for now. I haven't carved anything just yet. I'm actually going much slower than I was the first time I did this. Okay, so I want... Actually, how do I want to do this? Because there's two ways you can make something. You can either start with a ton, like too much material, and then shave off what you don't need, or you can build up what you want from smaller pieces. Which I think I might do the second option. And these feet are just so weirdly shaped. Hold on, I need a different model. I need a model that's not super weird. I shouldn't have done that. There, now I can delete it. Okay, let me get Vroids. Because the only thing that changed from the default model was the height. Actually, while I'm here, I know you guys can't see this, but just get rid of the outfit as well. So I don't have to manually delete that, and the shoes. Because the default model is really flat. Oh, right. I forgot Vroid has, like, they don't know how tits work. Well, whatever. It just needs to be a general shape. Okay, where's the foot slider? How do I make normal size feet? Okay, sorry about that. Got some water. You know what? I wonder if I know legs pretty long, and the arms. Maybe the torso is just small. So I kind of need to see the rest of the model. Yeah, not the feet. Look, they're like way bigger in the back than they are in the front. How do I make the foot longer without making it taller? Also, scoliosis, that's very annoying. Okay, you know what? That's probably fine. All right, where is export? You have someone to replace that. Okay, close out of VOD, go back to Blender. Okay, so now we have no feet look big. Yeah, it's just this section right here. Like the feet are super swollen. Does anyone's feet actually look like that? Oh, they changed. Oh, all the things are on the bottom now? How am I supposed to see the names of things when it's all on the bottom? I need elastic to form. Is it elastic crab? Yeah, there we go. Look, I made a much more normal foot shape. Okay, let's actually, did that apply to both feet? It should have. I had symmetry on. Okay, let's get that cube back. Okay, so my plan is I want to have kind of the frame. Hold on, let's do this properly. didn't think about that. Okay, that should be fine. Well, now let me just cut this out of this one. Which actually, at this point, I might as well just cut the whole thing. That'll probably be easier. Okay, now I need to remember how do I cut? So I know it's a Boolean modifier. Difference. This one. And then apply. Does that cut? Yeah, that cut it. So this one. Use that to cut again. Hey, I'm a cool bunny. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so my My actual robot model, because I'm a VTuber, I don't have right now because uh, my whole drive got corrupted. So I'm trying to remake it now. And my inspiration are the Portal 2 robots. So I want to make something kind of like this. So I can have like the pistons and the plates and all that. Oh no, this is actually from. I think it was a follow. This is straight from Portal. I didn't make this. I'm trying to make like this is just a default Vroid Studio model that I'm using to thing to as reference, and then this is as far as I got, half of a foot. My old model. Let me get. I guess this is good enough. Let's do. No, I don't want to save that as a WebP. You know, I'm just gonna screenshot it. If I paste this screenshot directly into Blender, no, I have no idea where that went. Okay, let me just save that as an image real quick. Okay, and put that into Blender. So that's my old model. Well, besides this, the left arm, that's actually from the game. But that's what my model used to look like. And now I'm having to completely redesign it. I was meaning to make a new model, but I kind of want to just to edit that one instead of making a whole new one. But here we are. But I wanted to do a completely Blender model and not use anything from Vroid. Because Vroid just makes things more complicated than it needs to be. And also it's very limiting. Okay, so we have a general front of the foot shape. Let's carve that out some more. And then once I get this done, I can just copy and mirror it to the other side. Actually, let's copy this now and scale it. Yeah, that should be good. That way we'll have a cutout. Then can I have like a pyramid? Is that an option? I guess we'll just do another cube. Oh wait, I can just merge these. Well, they're already close enough. There it is. Okay, so now we have triangle. We can do some cutouts, and this is probably going to get covered by plating anyway. Oh, those ankles look terrible. But anyway, this is just a reference. Actually, let me do it from this corner first. Oh wait, that's an easy way to do this. Let me go edit mode. Just move these where I want them. Actually, I might move origin to geometry. Much better. So the reason I keep going back into wireframe mode is so I can select the vertices that are on the opposite side. But then I need to keep going back to regular mode so I can actually see what I'm doing. Actually, let me just move this whole thing over real quick. So I think this is working. So I kind of want a wire, not a wireframe, but like scaffolding type situation. Oops, don't do that. Awesome. Oh, that looks terrible. I'm glad I found out about the cutting stuff out tool so I can actually make straight edges. Okay, that is before. Yeah, it's before the cut. I feel like that's not. See, the problem is this is kind of skewed. Maybe we'll just have a big toe area. Nobody's ever going to see this anyway. Yeah, it still looks terrible. But yeah, that can be the front half of one foot. I didn't realize that didn't cut very well. Oh no, the big middle triangle cut out more. I guess that's fine. Okay, let's get rid of that. And then we can copy. Set that as negative, and also mirror global X. Yeah. Okay, so now we have two halves of 2 feet. And then actually, how do they do? They just have a feet block. Which I kind of want to make the panels. And I'll do that with surfaces, I think. Okay, move origin to geometry. That's not. That's still not in the center. Oh well. Which is probably parameters to adjust like the radius and whatnot. Is there? Yeah, here we go. Or not. Okay, and then we could probably just do some more cutting. So I don't know how big the plate should be. Actually, can I even cut yet? Okay, I can't. I think it needs to be converted to a mesh first. Yeah, now I can cut. Wait, why are they connected now? Okay, that was weird. Why is that suddenly connecting them instead of cutting? Ton difference. What's going on? I just did this like 10 times in a row and nothing bad happened. Or it worked fine like 10 times in a row. Why is it suddenly not working? With a plane like this, I could probably just mess with it in this mode. Well, then I'm not going to get a straight line. It's going to be such a annoying to move these individually. Wait, are they still counted as one object right now? What is going on? Yeah, those are separate objects, right? No. Oh, I guess they're tied because of this modifier, right? Yeah, there we go. But that still should be fine. This one, add modifier. Apply. Why is there a new cube? I don't know. I hate Blender so much. Let's just come back and do the plates later. I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of this. So all I've gotten is half a foot, and it's been an hour. Maybe I should just do this off stream, because this is going to take forever. And I still don't know what I'm going to do in general. I guess maybe I could have... I could do a skeleton, even though these guys don't really have a skeleton. I could just do a rough outline. Which actually, for this, I don't even need the body. I could just line it up to the bones. Oh wait, why is the foot way up there? Hey, Linz. Yeah, I'm finally being forced to actually make a new model because the old one got corrupted. It was a day before I was going to back it up too. Okay, why is the ankle? Well, yeah, I guess that's where the ankle is. I obviously don't want the ankle to be that high up. So I want one end of this to be where the knee is. I need to keep telling myself this is just a rough estimation for the bones. So I have one end where the ankle is and then the other where the knee is. We'll have something for the knee. That's not local. Oh well, maybe it's fine. It's actually maybe a little too tall. Okay, then how do I want... What do I want the body to look like? Let me get rid of that face. I need to skip to the arms. Are the arms really that much shorter than the legs? Also, I just thought, or had a thought, this is going to be a lot more of a pain to make thumbnails with. Because there's going to be a lot more holes in it than I need to remove the background. So usually when I make thumbnails, I turn all that junk off so I just get a flat color background and then I can select by color and delete. But if anything is shiny, that picks up the color of the background and I need to re-add that back in. So that's why the metallic surfaces on this model, why they're blender gray. Do I not? There we go. Let's deselect armature. Really probably should have at least sketched this out or something before starting. I only had a vague idea of what I wanted. But now that I'm actually doing it, I really don't know what I want. I don't know. Should I go for normal human hands? Because I can get rid of a finger or something. Because, like, I'm pretty sure these guys only have, like, 4 fingers, maybe? 3 fingers. Should I be 3-finger robot? Also, why is this not updating? There we go. Would not having all of the fingers ever be an issue? Because that would be something more unique to my model. And actually, let's just come back to the fingers later. Okay, I didn't accidentally delete the bones. I think... Oh, you know what? I need to be naming all this stuff as I go. Alright, that is left forearm. Well, I am going to be adding to it. I guess it's still better to arm left bottom. Arm left top. Like left top. Like with bottom. Foot right front. Yeah, I guess front and back. Okay, then we can duplicate these. Actually, I probably shouldn't duplicate them just yet, because I am going to add a lot more. So actually, how are their legs done? Okay, so their bottom leg is just kind of a weirdly bent pipe with a bunch of stuff around it. Then they have, I guess, a circular joint. And the top part of the leg, it is just another slightly bent pipe, but then they have pistons around it. Which I do want to cover most of these with like wires and the plates. So I don't know how specific I want to get on these. But I could make these into, well, if I make them into pistons, that wouldn't really make sense. They kind of need to just be random pipes, right? I mean, the legs don't matter as much as the arms because you're going to be seeing the arms a lot more. How about Atlas? I hate when they need to constantly recenter the camera to actually be able to control it. So yeah, those are big pipes with a bunch of stuff sticking off it as well. Into much more complicated knee. Yeah, seeing something like this where it's actually complete next to my just starting makes me not want to do this. I mean, I'll get there eventually, but I'll definitely not get there in a single stream. I guess Alice has 4 fingers. I don't know, I kind of like the idea of just having 3 fingers. And I could tie them to. Oh, wait, I don't have a model. You can't see my hands. I could have a thumb, index, and middle, and then just not have the ring and pinky fingers tied to anything. I think that would probably work. How are they even doing fingers? Are they just blocks? Yeah, they're kind of like just chain link blocks. How about Peabody's fingers? Kind of the same. I don't know, the current so my old model, I guess you can't really see here, because the white part is actually just V-Ride skin. The fingers were finger shaped, and then I cut out these notches and then just stuck a black pipe in there to be like a wire. But it did cast shadows properly, which is nice. All right, let's get these out of the way again. So should I do a pipe and then just put a bunch of stuff around it? No, I probably should. Let me just keep it simple. Need to make sure I click between the objects multiple times because there's been a lot of times where I'll copy paste something and I'll click it and it's selected. And then I change the location down here and this hasn't updated to show like it's still editing the previous item. There's so many bugs in Blender you have to work around. Okay, there is basic skeleton. I still don't know how I'm going to do the body because on these guys, this is just a turret body. And the other one is a core body, so they don't really have bodies. I mean, they do have kind of a chassis around it. Oh, and I do want to bring the antennas back. I had that on my very first model and I never added them back. Or actually, this gives me an idea. I could have like a backpack with antennas on it. Although it might be better to have them on like the earpieces. All right, you can't see my hands. So the earpieces I had on the previous model, I get that back up. I put them there because the head looked too like squished if I didn't have something. And I couldn't just make the head ball wider because that looked really bad. So I put them there kind of like earmuffs, or not earmuffs, headphones, but without the bar over the top. I might end up doing something like that again. And then I could have like an antenna just coming out of one of them. I feel like I've made no progress this whole stream. guess maybe let's figure out the ankles. This can probably just be a big cylinder, and I'll put a like a plate over it. Because I kind of like how Atlas ankles. Yeah, where it's just big cylinder and then the plate for the leg covers part of it. Actually, is Peabody's any different? They have a much smaller one. Whereas basically the same thing. I guess maybe you'll do more like this. Okay, we're gonna put that maybe there. You can have that pipe just go straight into it. That's probably fine. I still need a heel. Maybe I don't need a heel, but if I just put this closer down and then we can have the plates, make that look like it's touching the ground. All right, let's rename this to ankle left. Steal this one from up here. Okay, and then we can have, oh, I need to rename this. Foot. Great, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me get... Oh wait, did I already copy paste that? Guess I did. You know, I was gonna cut off the top of this, but having it stick through, that's probably fine. Although this really needs to look like it's connecting through the center. Yeah, that looks better. Because hopefully this is going to be covered by plates anyway. I don't know if that's center or not. That's probably fine. Then let's get... Okay, this would be... That would be ankle. This would be... I don't know, foot connection plate? Foot cylinder. How do you spell cylinder? It's A-R, E-R? E-R. Where did I put that? There. And this will be foot... left pipe. Oh, I should put left in the middle here so everything gets grouped together. Here we got pipe, cylinder. Wait, why is that called back? That's the front. Did I do that in the right foot as well? No, I called the right one the right thing. Okay, let's just... Oh, right, I can't select multiple in this mode. Hey, Jesse. It's a cylinder, pipe, and ankle. Just duplicate all of those. Okay, so that should be the skeletons for both feet then. I'm not necessarily upgrading, I am remaking, because if you can tell, I don't currently have a model. But it will be different from the last one, so I guess in that regard it will be an upgrade. Actually, let me get the knee in place before I adjust the length on that. I think I need to keep this simple. Let's just do another one of these. Wait, are those? Those knees are different sizes. Do they? I don't know. There's just two circles in each one. Never mind. I was gonna say, did they like manually make each leg instead of copy pasting? How big should the knees be? Probably a little bigger than the ankles, right? This looks so bad when there's not all the plates and the wires and stuff on it that I want to add. But I think that's basically in the right spot. I mean, I should be able to just bind each of these things to one bone, and there shouldn't be any kind of weird movements. Actually, let's make this too long to start with. Because I need to rotate this. So good, well, I can move it a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's rename that to me left. Probably just redo this one. I haven't saved in a while. Let's duplicate that one. So my end goal is going to be I want it to look generally like the portal robots, where I have the pipes and wires kind of underneath and then plates covering most of it, which is kind of what my last model was. But obviously nowhere near as good as the portal ones, because all the white part of plates, that's just the right skin. I think after I at least get a general skeleton layout, I might end up kind of bending pipes like this. But I don't know if I want to do that much. I still don't know what to do for the body area. Because on the previous model, I just deleted a huge chunk and then shoved a bunch of wires in. I want it to kind of make sense this time around. But I would also like to get this finished today. Well, who am I kidding? There's no way I'm going to finish today. I'd like to get it finished within the next 1 or 2 days so I can go back to regular streaming. Also, let me just get rid of these. We don't need those on our model. I'll probably have to work on this offline as well because so like these little ones, those are eyes. I tried doing that on Lilia's Dwagon model, but because of how I placed them, they didn't move properly. So I need to figure out how those work. It might just be like a distance thing. But also, I guess I could have just one big eye. I know we've talked about that before. And then if I could figure out expressions and stuff, I know some other people, the way they do their models is they have like a layer in front, which is their main eye. And then if they want to do like heart eyes, that layer will move back and the heart eyes will move forwards. So they have all their different eyeballs like inside of their head. So I could probably do that, something like that with different colors. Every time I look at this, I'm like, we've done nothing this stream. I'm going so slow on this. Because my last model took me maybe half an hour. Although I did have the Vroid base do most of the lifting. I mean, technically, I don't even need to do a humanoid design, but I think that would be easier for any future thumbnails to keep it mostly humanoid. Well, it's been 2 hours so far, and you can see how much I got. I spent most of the time carving up these feet pieces, and I decided that was taking too long, so I wanted to lay out just like a general skeleton. Which actually, I guess I could do that for the hands. Actually, let's start on the other side. So I kind of want the 3 fingers that Peabody has. So you can see there's a thumb and then 2 main fingers. But I don't know, should I have them like line up with these two, or should I have maybe I'll line it up with the index and the ring finger, but then I still just tie the one on the ring finger to the middle finger. I also don't know how I really want to make them because they're not really meant to be seen because they're like shoved inside the portal gun. So they're just like, they're really blocky and don't make that much sense. I mean, I could cheat and do this and just like rip the hand off, but I'm not gonna steal like that. I don't know. I'm kind of like stuck on what I want to do, especially for the body. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Yeah, I think this will probably take a lot longer because it is just purely straight from Blender. Because so far it's all these foot pieces are cubes and everything else so far has been cylinders. And I've only gotten a basic skeleton so far. This camera is so annoying. Okay, I guess we'll just do cubes for now. I can always chop them up later. Actually, let me get that as reference so I know general size. It'd be nice if I could hide these bones so I can actually. I guess I can work on it from here. And I should probably keep the same number of joints as well. Sure, I'll just line this up with the bones for now. Actually, there should be a gap. So line one side up with the center and the other side up with edge of the circle, probably. There's probably a better way to do this. You know what? That's close enough. Actually, should these be different sizes? I feel like they should probably be the same. Yeah, it's gonna be way too small. Okay, let me just say hand. Actually, which word should I start it with? Because if I do hand and then left, okay, that would still separate the left and right reasonably well. So let's do hand, left, index, 0. Hand left, index 1 and 2. Oh wait, hand left. Then copy all of those. Shift them over. And I know this is technically not the middle finger anymore, but it'll be tied to the middle finger bone. Oops, not that word. Then we'll do the same for thumb. That's moving really weird. Thumb probably needs to be longer for each piece. Because it is going all the way from the base of the hand. I also need to move. Let's rename these first. So I really want to work on this offline to get more progress. But also, I don't want to do like this boring, simple stuff and then come back with a whole bunch of complex stuff. Oh, great, the camera got inverted. I hate when it does this. There we go. I don't even know why it does that. that needs to be much smaller. Okay, that's probably good enough. Then I'll eventually need to figure out how to connect all of those to the hand. Because here, they don't really have. I think the thumb will need to be on a ball joint for that to make sense, because that's going to have a lot of range of motion. But then the index and the middle, they can just be on cylinder joints. Oh, wait, do I want. Yeah, that's not the right thing. I want UV. What's the difference between UV and ICO? Yeah, that's probably better. I'm pretty sure this is what I used for the head and shoulders of my old model. Although that looks very. Oh, you know what? I think I used the metal ball. But this is probably fine. Actually, should I just have that as a hand? Make it big enough so that the thumb is inside? Because I am still going to put plates over this. Actually, I need to just get that out of the way so it stops influencing me. I need to have this as a thumb joint. Yeah, that's where the base of the thumb is. So I need to move these down. Okay, that's probably better. Okay, that's good enough for thumb. And then let's get a cylinder for these ones. No, wait. 0. There we go. Oh, it's tilted down. Set all those to 0. This needs to go this direction. 90. Perfect. We'll put that one, I think that's. Well, it's close enough. Nobody's gonna see this. Okay, that's probably fine there. Let's rename these. I guess I should have called this one 0. Maybe just base. Okay, so that should be everything named. I need to figure out how to get all this connected. I guess I could do like a bar between them. And then bars from those down to whatever I'm going to do for the hand. I guess we'll just call that finger bar for now. But I also need to figure out how to join the fingers together. I mean, I could just have them floating, but I think I might increase the gaps and then put something between them. I don't know if I should duplicate that to the other side. I'll probably just wait until I finish because that's a lot of parts to duplicate. Okay, how am I going to do the main body? Because I keep putting that off. Because I know for Peabody at least, the top half kind of rotates inside the bottom half. Oh, I thought those smudges were clipping. I mean, it still is clipping, but it's not visible. I don't know. Should I have kind of like an underwear base and then like my very original model, a ball that can rotate independent of those two, and then like a chest area? Because that's kind of what Peabody has going on. Is the bottom, the ball, and the top. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to work on this offline. I really don't like how this is going so far. Even though nobody's actually gonna see all this because it's gonna be a bunch of wires and pistons and plates covering it all up. Covering these pieces up at least. I kind of need. I need the skeleton to put the plates on, but then I need the plates to know how the general shape of the skeleton is going to go. Also, I don't think I'll do complicated joints like this for the shoulders or the hips. Oh, they don't even have them for the hips. I think maybe Atlas does. Yeah, Atlas does. Yeah, I won't be doing that for the hips. That's a bit too complicated. I just feel like giving up right now. Because I don't know what I want to do, and also I don't like how it's going so far. I could maybe go back to trying to put plates on this. At the very least, I could do the ankle, or like the shin ankle area. I guess let's do that. But should I do a curved surface or a flat one and then manually curve it? Let's just do a flat one for now. Actually, if I put this on the other side, I can still see the general shape while I'm carving. And where we end up with body? Actually, we can probably just do this in edit mode. Because there's one that says oh wait, subdivide. I just saw it. Subdivide. Here, we can just do that enough times until I get a good enough resolution. That's probably fine. We can always get rid of more of them eventually. And then I think I'm going to just do, there we go, control right click. And I can just draw a general line. Oops. I stopped looking at what I was doing. Oh, this is so much harder than it looks. I cannot draw lines to save my life. I don't really know how I'm going to do the ankle. Okay, so if I had that on the front, I think maybe we cut that away. And the ankle, we should probably just have a circle around it. This is way too jagged. Oh, this looks absolutely terrible. Yeah, maybe we don't do it this way. Okay, let's try this again. But this time we'll do. We could do the cutting like I did for the feet. Actually, I could just cut it with the body, couldn't I? Put it there. And then. Oh, right, it doesn't have enough polygons to do that. Okay, that's probably enough. I don't really care if it gets the foot in there. Probably might as well. Okay, now let's do. Cut using the body. Wait, where did they go? Oh, it's still there. Is it just gone now? Okay, we will try again. Because if I cut out the section of this that's the body, I should then be able to use that to cut out of a different plane. Or actually, can I do the opposite? Okay, that still has all the polygons. So if I did intersect, yeah, that should only leave me with the stuff that's inside the body, I believe. Modifier disabled. What does that even mean? Oh, I forgot to select here. Intersect, apply. Does it just not want me to do that? Come on, that's like a perfect idea. Actually, let me go to this. I can select by non-manifold. Okay, so there are some seams that might be breaking it. Yeah, so I guess it probably doesn't know what's inside or outside. Okay, now maybe it's fine. Oops. Except for the face. Yeah, the face is still open. But there's an easy fix for that. Merge at center. I'm gonna eat a candy that's too sour. Okay, is there anything non-manifold now? A little bit. Let's just merge at center again. Where did the merge option go? Oh, is it just a single? It might just be a single thing. Actually, instead of doing that, I think there's an option to just fill the triangles. I don't remember where that is, though. Convex hull? Okay, I think that worked. Nope, that's terrible. You know what? How about just close off the neck? So I don't actually need to know the size of the neck. I just need to know the general, length of it. All right, do we have... Yeah, that should be fine now. Okay, can I properly cut now? Okay, that still has all the polygons. Let's just get rid of that, new one. Okay. And intersect, apply. What? That is not what I told it to do at all. Oh, can I not do this with a plane? Maybe I need to have this as a cube. It probably doesn't, because a plane isn't going to be manifold either. Okay, cube time. I just want this to be very thin. Okay, that should be fine now. Intersect. Apply. And it still doesn't work. Maybe we'll just difference. See if anything is working. Oh wait, it needs more polygons. keep forgetting about that. That was probably way too many. Let's go back a step. Okay, so now intersect, apply. Why can't I apply? There's one problem with doing this is this edge is going to be, yeah, that's absolutely loaded. Let's maybe just do this one side at a time. Yeah, it's just one side. Okay, one. Piece 6 times. Okay, maybe I need to manually pick those edges. Okay, let's make a save. Boolean with the body, intersect, apply. Why can't I apply? That should work, shouldn't it? Okay, no, don't unapply that. Go to that. Do I have to be in object mode for this to work? Okay, there was apply that time. What is that? Is that all that it thinks intersected? Why? You know what? Where's that separate by parts? There it is. Separate loose parts. Okay, what are these different things? Oh, the toenails are separate. But why? Okay, that's the main body. Let's just delete all the toenails. Nobody needs those. Whoops. Oh, fingernails. We don't need those. Okay, so all of that is still considered one object. I wonder if it was somehow just selecting the toenail. Okay, intersect with body. Can it look like it did something? There we go. We have an outline of a leg. Which is not necessarily what I wanted. I still need to cut away different parts of that to make it more like a panel. Because I'd like to get, this should probably be more like a circle. Oh, that's some really broken geometry around the edges. Maybe that's fine. All right, get rid of that body. Because all I really wanted was like kind of that section. I don't want above the knee and I don't want the foot. Yeah, let's pick a save. I think I kind of need, let me just get rid of that. Well, but then it's all stair-steppy. I think I need to keep using cuts so I can have smooth edges. And then maybe for the bottom, I could have a separate piece for the foot because this is going to be rotating around. So let's get rid of all of that. And this will just be the leg outer panel. At least the same for up here. Just clean up the corners a little bit. right, and then we shall. Oh, I need to do this side. Hey, Syntia00. Welcome to the stream. The modeling is not going very well. I don't like anything that I'm doing. All right, we should at least be able to close this off. Okay, a mesh. Where's that convex option? Convex hull. Okay, I'll do the same for the top. Well, I don't like how it's turning out so far. So I spent almost 3 hours, and this is what I got to show for it. Just like barely even a skeleton. And now that I zoom out, I really don't like this panel either. That looks terrible. I probably should just kind of freehand it with the curve instead of trying to do a cutout plate. Because it doesn't need to be human shaped. Yeah, I could curve it. That's what I was kind of planning to do, like in Sculpt. Or maybe not. Because this is such. Yeah, so I can curve it like that, but it's. Because it's such a weird thing, it's not going to work very well and it's going to look terrible. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of that. Let's go back to surfaces. It's already significantly better. I should have just started with this. I mean, I kind of did. I tried to put one on the foot, but I didn't like it. But also, that looks kind of low quality. So So I don't know if I'll stick with that or not. Actually, what angle is this at? Let me just copy paste. And then has 90. Yeah, there we go. I don't know, that's kind of better. It might look good when I actually finish and I have a bunch of wires and little random bits everywhere. I guess I'll just stick with that for now. This will be right leg, no, left leg. Plate, bottom. Yeah, Blender, like you can do a lot of stuff in Blender, but also there's a lot of things they really need to fix. And then also some quality of life things they need to add. So I guess I can do this for the upper leg as well, but I kind of want maybe to rotate out a little bit. And then also wider. And then how is this rotated? Well, it's basically straight up and down. Oh, that was the wrong axis. Wait, no, that is the right axis. Oh wait, let's do global. You know what, that's fine. I can fix it later. And then I probably want... Oh, that's weird. I wasn't expecting the mesh to look like that. But I want the edges to be a little bit more rounded. Can I do that? Okay, maybe. I probably have to convert it to a mesh first. Okay, yeah, adding those plates, even though they're not necessarily what I want, I can just free rotate that instead of trying to match it. So that kind of adds like an outline of the leg and the hip. Yeah, that's actually what I'm basing this off of. I want it to look like, well, like the bars I'm using this as a reference. So I want like the basic skeleton to be bars and pistons, and then to have the shells cover up big sections of it. And also Atlas. But then like looking at these finished ones, and then the one that I put 3 hours into 5 parts, it makes it feel like I'm forever away from getting this anywhere close to looking like these guys. But I also did want to have, I was thinking about doing the 3 fingers, like Peabody. So if I did that for the hand, I don't know how to connect this together. I was just gonna come back to that later. But I was gonna have the index and middle finger that'll probably tie this finger to the middle one, even though it's overlaid to the ring finger. Yeah, Blender is kind of a pain to work with. Like one thing I've gotten in the habit of is whenever I go to click on something and then change values, I make sure to click off it and click back a few times, because there's been so many times where I'll click on something and I'm like, oh, I'll just edit it now, and it doesn't update the section, so it moves the previous item. And sometimes when I'm copy pasting, I don't realize that's what it moved, and then things get all sorts of weird names. Okay, if I convert that to the mesh, how much? Okay, that's not that bad. Let's undo that for now, though. Is that unconverted? Yes. I still don't know what to do for the torso, though, because for Peabody and Atlas, their torso is, it's like their face. I mean, I can technically do that, but that would make thumbnails and tracking a problem. But I need something, because they kind of have thighs cover part of the body. So maybe I should make these ones bigger. But then I need it. Yeah, see, it's not really following a body shape anymore. You know, for now, I'm just duplicate these. And then flip them. Whoops, not that. There we go. Wait, is that not? No, okay, that's right. Yeah, I think that's all right. probably should call these like plate right leg so that all the plate stuff gets grouped together. I was kind of thinking that, so that's why I have these bars, because those going to be inflexible bones, and the plates are going to essentially be skinned. And then I guess I could do muscles to make it actually make sense that these are moving. So like on back to Atlas, they have like these pipes. They don't move. I guess the arms are a better spot to show this. They have these immovable pipes, which are like the bones. But then they have the joints, so the pipes can rotate independent of each other. And they don't really have pistons to move stuff. I mean, up here at the shoulder, they have pistons, because that's obviously, these plates need to move kind of together. I don't think we really get that fancy. That I don't know if I definitely should run wires to joints like they have to make so that makes sense. Oh yeah, the joints are definitely like motor based. It's not like one piston pulling like a muscle would be next to the bone. I guess Peabody's probably a better. Actually, Peabody does have some pistons, like here. This black and white, that's a piston. But on the arms, I think that's the same. That's also just a motor. I wonder if they had like two different people design Peabody and Atlas. Because there's a lot of their designs that are similar. Like the arms are basically just cloned and then stretched, but then the hands and the legs are like they're different. They're not, one's motor and one's piston. Are there pistons in the arms? I think it's just the motor. Everything else is just little bits to add detail. On the legs, it definitely look like two pistons. I mean, I'll be adding pistons to mine. They're just not going to be on the main skeleton part. I don't know. I don't know how I want the body to go. And I do have this body as reference. Actually, that kind of lines up. Just kind of eyeballing where I wanted this to go. So I guess I could have. I can follow the lines on that a bit more, I guess. If I did that, let's hide this one. Okay, how does that look? Should I do that? Because I am going to have. Oh, this looks terrible from the side. But I am thinking about putting another plate down here for the foot. Because I definitely need to hide the heel. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And let's just delete that one. Copy this one back over. Well, now that I see it on its own, I feel like it's a little too high. Yeah, suggestions would be good because I'm kind of like artistic block right now. I don't really know what I want. So I was planning on this model to just be a thing I open every, couple days and add one thing to it. But because all my files got corrupted, I'm being forced to make it all in one go. Yeah, I kind of like them lower as well. Okay, there we go. We're back to that state. Even though it doesn't line up with the original body, I still think it makes. I think it does look better. But I do need to add the foot shield, the foot plate. I do like these plates coming out. Kind of implies that there's hips. I need to figure out. I still don't really know what to do for the body. So do you mean? I mean, these definitely needs to be less thick this way. But if I scale these to half, and then I can have, if I do that, that'll bulge out more, and then I just move it back. Do you mean like that? I could split them, but, or do you mean just have like a line down the middle that you can see through? Or do you mean just cut it in half? Yeah, two panels. That could be better. Me undo. Okay, that's back to normal. So I think it might be better. Because to actually split this, I would need to. Because right now it's this weird, like, shell, partial shell of a larger sphere. To actually cut it, I would need to convert it to a mesh, and then I lose the ability to have it curve properly when I adjust it. But I could copy paste and have one kind of towards the front and then the other towards the back. And then obviously I'd need to make them smaller. Oh, this looks terrible. I need to completely fix those angles. Do you mean kind of like that if I made them more proper? Hey, I'm a cool bunny. Yeah, I think you said something earlier, right? Yeah, you were here earlier. I mean, that looks terrible from the front, but from the side, that does look much better. I think probably just because these are still too big. Also, let's just hide this one for now. I could do something like that. That would give more of a general shape to the leg. I know I kind of messed this all up. If I do that, it kind of looks maybe too big. And I'll obviously want to do the same with the arms. Hey, Pharaoh. So far, no guns. We're just trying to figure out like the general plating shape. I mean, it really doesn't help that these are like they've got corners. I want plates more like on here where they're rounded. Okay, sorry, Panda. I had a coughing fit. Yeah, I want to get them in roughly the right spot. Like, I think these bottom ones are probably fine. I just need to chop off the corners. So if I did, I guess I can just save it. I convert to mesh, edit, get some more polygons on there. This is probably not the best way to do that. And actually, let's make the opposite side invisible. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more vertices for this. That looks terrible. But you know, something like that where it's more, except it doesn't look like trash. Which I can get much smoother edges by doing the Boolean intersect, all that. But I think rounded edges like that would be best. You just undo all this, turn that back into nope. So they go back further. There we go. Yeah, turn that back into a shapey thing. No, so this plate has special properties. It's a curve type. So I spawned it in. You can either make a mesh straight away or a surface. And this is one of the surfaces. Yeah, I think this NURBS surface. And that has, I'm going to keep it as this kind of surface for as long as possible because when I stretch it like this, it keeps the curve. And if I convert to mesh and then do that, it will actually stretch it instead of keep the curve. So we're going to have to get all the placement proper first. And then we can convert everything and clean it up. I guess actually, how does this, when it's split like this? No, actually, it's not that bad. I just need to get the angles more like lined up. But I guess by splitting it like this, the rounded edges aren't going to make as much sense. Yes, these guys don't have any splits. Atlas has barely any panels. Actually, does GLaDOS have any? Because GLaDOS does have. So there's like this one panel, and then underneath it, there's another one. I guess these two sides could be considered the same thing. I know. Yeah, so Gladys isn't all that helpful. I didn't go to D&D because I was trying to recover a bunch of files. I ended up, I think it was yesterday, I just took it to my brother and asked if he could get as much stuff as he could. And he wasn't really able to get anything, so that's why I'm making a new model now. Yeah, so their joints, like for the elbow, they have, well, there isn't really like a main lower arm bone. Maybe Alice has it. Okay, well, it's kind of what I was thinking. So they have this bone connect to like one side of the rotor, and then the other bone is kind of on the other side. I mean, I guess everything's an exoskeleton where you don't have anything to cover it. I mean, we aren't trying to copy them exactly. I just want to use them as a general reference for ideas. Because I think, at least for the front part of the foot, I like having kind of a skeleton scaffold just to kind of outline a shoe area. I don't really like this triangle that I cut out though. I might redo that later. I haven't done anything in so long on this. I still don't know how to do the main body. I mean, I guess I could put more panels in here, but I feel like I need a solid structure. Because these panels I'm probably going to attach to the bones with like pistons and wires. Oh, blur out the feet. I know Twitch has an issue with basically anything VTuber related, but this is literally just a cube with some triangles cut out of it. Surely that's not ban worthy, right? Yeah, when I made the first model, Like right after I finished making it, I thought to myself, people are gonna say I'm from like the iRobot movie. But no one has until now. But actually I think we look back up what those look like. I mean, yeah, kinda. They have the white plates and the wires. Although their wires are more like muscle. And they don't have plates on the upper arms and upper legs. It's just lower arms, lower legs. Right. I mean, the stream definitely isn't focusing on feet, but also these aren't feet. They're geometric objects. Rev 9 Terminator? Which one is that one? Hold on. Oh, that's just a skeleton. Oops. I mean, I could do. So, like, the body of that, like the arms and legs, those have too much cables, like muscle and whatnot. I guess, like, the legs. Those legs are kind of like my old legs where they go all the way around. I kind of want the panels more like the portal robots. Yeah, um they're more like shoes. Yeah, I think someone said I was like C3PO because in my last model I did have the wires in the stomach exposed. So I have that's my last thumbnail. So that is much closer to 3PO. I wish I'd made those backups a day sooner because we could be playing this game right now instead of getting art block in Blender and just kind of staring at the same thing for an hour. Let me move that to the top. Yeah, much better. I mean, I could just go back to what I did on the old model, which was just went into edit mode. wireframe. And that's how I made my old model. Except obviously I was a little more precise with it. But I do really want to have an only Blender model. I want the only thing from VOD to be the skeleton, so that Baruda can accurately move it. Yeah, I keep ping-ponging between I like it and I don't like it. I feel like it's better because it's more detail, but it's worse because it's so much bulkier. I mean, I still have the other side for comparison. Because I like the general shape of this. Trying to get the split to follow this curve is going to be much harder. And obviously I need to shave off a good chunk of this so it's not random janky bits. But I like this general outline, at least from the front. Because that does follow the body curves more closely. To me like that. Because this is going to be filled with, pistons and wires and stuff. I think they need some distance. Because I can hear, well, me is that Peabody's pretty compact. Let's go to Atlas. So, like, there's a huge gap between this plate and the leg. I mean, it's kind of hard because I'm pulling from both at the same time. Atlas doesn't really have panels, except for the feet. But then Peabody's like all panels. And I kind of want both, where I want panels everywhere so you can see a general shape, but then I also want to fill it with, the pistons and the wires and all that. Oh, yeah, the split panels. I mean, that might be better. I still want some hips. Maybe like that. Well, then it doesn't really look like a panel anymore. It's kind of too close to the bone. I don't know. I think one panel is probably better. And then, actually, does Peabody have panels on the inside of the legs? Yeah, so they don't have anything on the inside. Maybe I just need the panels to wrap around more. Because this goes from the middle back to a little over the middle of the front. And the panels that I have so far, they're not even close to that. You mean these two panels that has a line through it? I mean, that's what I did in my old model's face. I had to cut through it. And that was literally just deleting a row of vertices. So I definitely want to have that kind of face again. Although I was also thinking, I mentioned this earlier, of just having a single eye. Because it would be more unique. But I don't know how well it would work with a more humanoid shape. Yeah, I probably would carve out some stuff for it. So I think we'll go with single panel that I'll like carve a chunk out of it or something. So if I did as well, let me save first. And also hide these. Make that a mesh. Oh, it didn't select the right thing, did it? Great. What did I just randomly turn into a mesh? Okay, well, it's after hiding, so it should be fine now, whatever it was. Then edit. So if I did that's kind of a rough thing. But if I had kind of two plates with a line going through it, imagine that's not terrible. I think that would look pretty good. Because then it would be like the face plate that I had. Or it had some extra detail. Do you think that would be good? If that was, a proper line? Because I think to do that, I could get rid of this reference. If I did a curve, And I can't really see what I'm doing right now. These stupid curve lines are always way too big. Okay, maybe not that shape. But just as like proof of concept, there should be an extrude in here somewhere. Yeah, depths. There we go. And then with that, I mean, I'll probably end up using this to carve the edges as well. Then I could probably just make the depths bigger and scale it. Oh, wait. Okay, I need to convert it to a mesh first, and then I can scale it. Maybe not. Oh, and I also need to make this hole. Okay, and then I have a feeling that's not perfectly closed, but convert that to a mesh. Yeah, it takes a while to figure out all the weird things you can do in Blender. And now, yeah, so that's how I would do the cut proper once we figure out the general shape of it, and then how I want to do the line. But yeah, I think that would be good just to have. I probably won't do a smooth line. I could do maybe like a Y shape. That would be good. All right, let me just undo all of that. That was just to see if it would work. Do I really not have an undo history before that? Oh, right, because this is a new Blender install. This isn't a mesh, right? Okay, good, it's not. I did the mesh later. So I need to go find that setting again to change how far back it can undo. It's like the first thing you do in any kind of art program is make sure you can undo a lot. So I know there's some where it only saves like the last 4 things you did, and that's just terrible. Also, I'm way over time. It's been almost 4 hours, and like this is all I have to show. I guess let's get rid of the split ones. Let's not do that because I can manually cut it. That looks much better than just having 2 of them. And let's get this one back to the other side. Then mirror global X. Okay, we're back to where we were like an hour ago. And I guess I'll probably end up doing this again tomorrow. Because I don't have a model, so I can't play anything else. I mean, I guess I could play Floppy Nights without a model, but it just doesn't feel the same to not have one. Like, this whole stream here felt very empty because 1, I didn't have a model, and 2, there's no sound because I'm not playing a game. So I didn't really like this stream. I'll probably work on this more off stream just to get something. There's no way I'm gonna finish it tonight though. I got a lot of stuff I need to do. But anyway, I think I should probably just end here. Oh right, I need to remake the bot. No Discord link for you guys today. If any of you aren't in the Discord, there's one below stream. I hate that it's not in... No, not the dashboard. I want to go to my channel. No, not the... And not hear myself. Okay, give me copy link address. Is that the right thing? Yeah, it looks right. Okay, there's the Discord link. And then, hey, is anyone streaming? Alexa's streaming again. You can go right then.
It's okay to be weird, just don't act out of on those weird thoughts and push them
Oh,
out.
no, don't copy
I
paste
don't
the
know
entire
how to
link.
explain, it's like...
Okay,
Like,
so
no,
I guess we're doing
weird, like,
Blender
it's not
again
a
tomorrow.
bad thing. It's just we have we have a good kind of weird and we have a bad
Reed,
kind of
Alexan, and
weird, basically.
I think that's everything for
And
today.
like, you can look at like people like there are world leaders and shit, and you'll
I really
see
wanted
what
to
I
play
mean
that
by
game,
bad
but
kind of weird.
I can't play it off stream. Because I don't want to just finish the game and move on to the next one without you guys seeing the end.
I need more characters like Camelot.
But anyway, goodbye everyone.
World. Yeah, that's... I also mentioned that they don't look like characters that I think would like be part of the game. I mean, I know I say that one character would